1347, the board game which will catapult you in the age of the Great Plague in Europe. From 2 to 6 players. Inside the game box you will find 1 board, 80 cards, subjects, resources and events, around 100 double-sided thick cardboard influence tokens, 80 double-sided thick cardboard coins, 90 wooden tokens, 15 colored pieces for each player, a first player token, a game rulebook. 1347 is a management board game based on bets and action programming mechanics. Let's set up a game. Dispose the board in the middle of the table in this way. Put the color cubes in the docks, almost in the middle of the board. Then prepare the 3 different decks. Shuffle the subject cards deck and draw the first 3 cards. Then put the deck in the designated area with the first card showing. Shuffle the resource card deck and give 2 cards to each player. Then put the deck with the first card showing in the designated area, the Mercatus. Place the coins in the appropriate space. Shuffle the event cards and prepare 3 small decks, 1 for each age. Age 1, Age 2, Age 3. Then choose a number of event cards proportional to the number of players, as stated in the rulebook, and create the event card deck of the game, sorting them from Age 1 to Age 3. Keep the first card, Age 1, unrevealed, and put the deck in the designated area, outside of the board. We will need it only at the end of the first round. Every player begins the game with 2 resource cards, 5 influence tokens, 3 plague apprentices, the wooden tokens, 6 coins. The influence counters will be 5, 0 to 4 points. The game is divided into 4 phases. Stage 1. Investments. The game begins with the investment stage, a bidding stage. Every player on their turn invests an influence token in the area of their choice by positioning an unrevealed token in one of the 6 areas of the village. The investment stage finishes when all the players run out of investment tokens. We can invest an influence token even in an area in which we have already invested, strengthening our bet. In this case, we position our token over the previous one. Moreover, we can reinforce our bet with one of our plague apprentices, the wooden cubes. However, at the end of the investment stage, the apprentice invested as reinforcement will be discarded, going back to the docks. In this stage, we can also play one of our resource cards, instead of playing an influence token. Stage 2. Actions. With the action stage, we enter in the core of the game. In this stage, the tokens in the 6 areas of the board will be revealed, starting from the first area, the Scola Medica, until the last one, the Suburbium, following this order and checking who won in each area, one at a time. The player with the highest sum is the winner of the bid, gains the right to act in the area, and will be able to do the specific action of that area. Nevertheless, the players who lose the bid will get back a reward, exchanging the unused influence points for coins or plague apprentices. Let's start from the second area, in order to facilitate the understanding. The Burgus winner can purchase 1 or more subject cards among the ones positioned on the board on this round. The card or cards we can purchase depend on the influence points invested. For example, by winning with 5 influence points, we can purchase the Mad Crone and the Master Builder, but we cannot purchase the Banker, which costs 6 points. Once gained, the cards have to be placed in the player reserve, positioning them on the infected side. They will remain on this side until we will be able to heal them. The third area is the Mercatus. The winner of this area has the right to draw a resource card, paying 4 coins. The fourth area is the Agros. The winner can position a plague apprentice in the field to farm. Thanks to that, the player will gain 2 coins per round for every apprentice who works in the field. The fifth area is the Portus. The winner of this area has the right to build one or more expansions, giving up 3 plague apprentices or 1 resource card. The expansions have to be built in specific portions of some areas: the apotheke, the emporium, the lazzaretti, and the taverne. Every expansion enhances the player's power in that area. For example, by building an apotheca, we will gain 1 more additional influence point every time we will invest in the burgus. Now, let's get back to the Scola Medica, the first area. Whoever wins in this area has the right to choose one of these 3 different actions: mercatus, agrus, or portus. But there are some limitations. The last area is the suburbium. The winner can steal assets from the player who loses. Let's reveal the outcome of the bid. The red player wins the bid with 3 influence points and steals from the yellow one. The red player, with his 3 influence points, can steal 1 plague apprentice at the cost of 2 influence points and 1 coin at the cost of 1 influence point directly from the yellow player's reserve. Stage 3. Upkeep. First, the players who have some plague apprentices working in the fields can collect the income: 2 coins for every plague apprentice employed. In this stage, the player who owns some infected subjects can heal them, discarding a resource card. This card will not have its effect unlocked. Then the subject card can be moved to the healed side. Every healed subject gives the owner an additional influence token and its unique power. If some players already own a subject healed in the previous rounds, they have to pay for the upkeep cost stated in the card. The subjects which aren't upkept will return infected, and the player will be able to heal them again only in the following round. Stage 4. Event. The last stage is that of the events. At the end of the round, one of the event cards has to be revealed. The power of the event card affects all players for 1 round and can give bonus or malus. When the last event card has been turned, the last turn begins. At the end of that turn, the game finishes. Scoring. Let's see how to count the points. Every player will gain a wealth point for each influence point, each 10 coins, each 3 plague apprentices, each resource card played, every expansion built. Lastly, 1 point is given for every subject owned, both infected or healed. The plague doctor who collects more points will win the game, becoming the most powerful doctor of the village.